sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Make a wish. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Make a wish. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Make a wish. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish.
You may be watching sunny virtual Florida. We are at Sebring, the home of sports car racing in North America. Host of the 12 Hours of Sebring. Qualifying just underway, LATAM GP action. You see the Lambo. That's Brent Kingcott working his way down the famous. Well, sorry, this is into Castle. The right-hander here. This is an old Air Force base turned into a racetrack. This for years hosted a 12-hour event. Now down Sunset Straightaway and into the Sunset Corner, one of the most difficult corners in motorsports. A big 180-degree corner, but full of bumps as you try to navigate the sports car through this tough right-hander. You see Kingcott awful close to the wall, did a decent job getting through there. And it looks like he's going to put the first time up on the board. Again, a great event last week out, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. One of our rookie competitors, Francois Oldrini, going to victory lane in event number 1 of the season. GT3, a great battle as well. You see Emilio Garcia in the 1 car. That's that green and white Ferrari. Garcia working his way through turn 1 and down into Cunningham. Another shot down that long straightaway. There's an off track for Josh Robinson. Ross Cohen, your GT3 winner last time out. Jose Puig second. Zach Sturgehagen worked his way onto a podium finish. See Stephen Knight's BMW working through turn 1. Of course, these outlaps, the race starts about 12 minutes after the hour. We will be green flag here, event number 2 of the late summer / early fall ITM GP season. One of the toughest corners on the speedway right here through the hairpin. And switch back to the left, another right. There's the cockpit view for 10 done in qualifying, so we should see some times start to trickle in now. Guys, we're under 2 minutes in practice. It's Alderini, your number 1 qualifier so far, first one to put up a lap. Cadwalder is number 2 on the board. He gets bumped down by Jeremy Morin. Benjamin Blanche up into 3rd. Juan Salazar 4th and Carter in 5th. That's GTE field so far. Emilio Garcia now the first one up on the board in GT3. You see that time in 156, 147 by Alderini. Alderini, Blanche, Morin, and Salazar, along with Roca, your top 5 last week in the series inaugural visit to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, just outside of Toronto, Ontario. There you see Morin on his second lap. He was half a second off of Alderini's lap. He works through Le Mans now and down onto the Sunset Straightaway. Morin, little less than half a second off of Alderini's time on lap 1. We'll see what he can do here on lap number 2. Can Morin bump Alderini from the point? Off turn, or off the final Sunset corner comes Morin. and a 1:57.1, so about half a second slower than his previous lap, 0.003 of a second ahead of Blanche. Now here's Luis Puig. How about this? He is your number one qualifier through his first lap. Working his way down to the hairpin. And pretty sure this is lap number 2 for Puig. And with the 10-minute session, he's got a lot of time to get it done. Working his way now down into the Castle turn. Beautiful part of the course. Work your way around the left-hander there. Jorge Custo in the 26 machine. He was 19 quick in practice. Looks like he just got bumped a spot by Andrew Hewitt, sitting 20th overall right now. 10th in class. Haven't seen either of the fan favorites, Kevin Ayers out of North Carolina or JP Alfonso, hop in there and post a lap yet. See if those two can show us how to get it done from the back of the pack should they not turn one. And here's Custo. He picks up a spot, takes the spot back from Andrew Hewitt. And Stephen Knight's going to take a few spots up into 17th in the Lambo. And here's Kevin Ayers. He did post a time on lap 1. We'll see if he's got enough time to get lap 2 in. Looks like he's going to be okay. Working the Ferrari now down Sternhagen straightaway. And into Le Mans. A tough back and forth and out onto the Sunset straightaway. Ayers in the Ferrari just digging. Brian Hoskins on the track. 30 seconds left in qualifying. And there you see Hoskins in the Porsche. Oh, check that. JP Alfonso in the Porsche. So far, no time for the 7 car. Oh, and he went off in the hairpin. JP Alfonso is going to have his work cut out for him tonight. Starting at the back of the pack. And that ends it all for qualifying. And it's Alderini on the pole. And we'll welcome in Francois Alderini to our broadcast booth. First of all, my friend, congratulations on a pole position here this evening.
Thank you, thank you.
How do you like racing at Sebring?
That was a nice rack with a nice condition, also a lot of pleasure. Always to drive in Sebring. Let's go to the race now.
Do you think you got a car good enough to lead this field and maybe put up another win here tonight?
I don't know. I do my best for the win after we see with the traffic and all of that. At the end of the race, you see who win, but I pray for the win.
Well, you have fun tonight and good luck, my friend, and
Thank
congratulations
you.
on the pole.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Francois Alderini joining us, your pole sitter. Now we'll quickly welcome in second quick qualifier, Jeremy Morin. Jeremy, you have us here? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Tell me about that run. It was close. You were half a second off the pole.
Wow, my friend is so fast. I do a good time for me. I'm happy for this time. With this time, and let's see the race. What happened, and let's go.
Well, good luck today, my friend. Congratulations on a second place qualifying effort.
Thanks.
There's Jeremy Moran. Second quick qualifier. And now we'll quickly, we got a little bit of time here today as it is a long pace lap at Sebring. So we'll welcome in our third place qualifier, Ben Blanche. And Ben, can you read us? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Tell me about your qualifying run. It was a pretty fast lap.
Yes, it was a good lap, but I think I can do a better lap. I will try to follow Francois in front. He's very fast, and I hope I will be in front of Thomas behind.
Well, yeah, you can only follow him for so long or you're going to end up finishing second, right?
Yes.
Well, good luck. Congratulations on the qualifying effort, and looking forward to you guys racing up front here tonight.
Thank you.
There we go, our third place qualifier. Getting the word in there, and hey, real quick, we'll hop in here and talk to Brent Kingcott. Brent, you missed qualifying, but are you all ready to go here tonight?
Kind of a guessing game because trying to figure out a setup after no one having setups since March here, everything's failing. So we're going to try a Daytona setup and see what the heck happens.
Tell us about racing in the series so far.
It's been good so far. We had a good run going last week until we got a wreck halfway through, but we're here with an open mind, hoping to get a good finish.
Brent Kingcott, he's going to be starting deep in the pack, but that just means you got a lot of cars to pass, right?
You got it, buddy.
Brent Kingcott joining the broadcast, and these guys are pretty much getting set to go here. Well, maybe we'll welcome in now. We're pretty much ready to go. No, I think we got a little bit of time. We still got just a couple minutes more seconds under caution. We'll welcome in JP Alfonso. Hey, you were a fast runner there last week, but struggling here tonight to get a lap in qualifying. What happened, my friend?
Good evening, everybody. How you guys doing?
We're pretty good. We're pretty good. What happened in qualifying?
Well, at the last minute, my wheel stopped working, and so I had to change the wheel and recalibrate it and all that. In the meantime, I cannot manage to find the sweet spot for the wheel, so I was, getting off the track and things like that. Then my sound stopped working, so I had to deal with that, and I missed the start. So now I'm here in the pits waiting for the grid to pass by.
Hey, the good news is nowhere to go from up though, and you got 45 minutes to get it done here tonight.
Right. Everything happens for a reason.
There you go. Well, field's getting ready to go. We're gonna get back to the start of the race. Good luck, my friend, and hopefully you have a good event.
Thank you.
JP Alfonso joining us as well. You can see the GT3 cars leaving a sizable gap back to the GT3 cars. There's Steve Liberto. Steve had a top 5 run last week at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, or formerly known as Mosport. Getting all set to go here. It is feature time, 45 minutes for the LATAM GP Stars to get after it. It's Olderini on the brake. There you see Salazar in the BMW. He looks low into turn 1, and he will get through there in 5th. A bunch of BMWs on the scramble, including Fonseca and Porras. There's a Porsche mixed in there as well. That's Caldewaller. And he's going to have to brake hard there, going into the left-hander, and allow Salazar to squirt away. down the Florida Fresh Straight. And under the Mobil 1 bridge into the hairpin for the first time. You see one car stepping out of line. That was Cal Wallader. And meanwhile, this is the front of GT3, where Jose Puig has an 0.8 of a second lead over Steve Libretto. Libretto in the Audi. New York driver. He'll work through the S's. And down into Castle. A beautiful circuit here in Florida. Again, historic home to the Mobil 1. 12 hours of Sebring every spring. There you see Cadwallader as the front of GTE works through Le Mans for the first time. Cadwallader out of Pennsylvania in that Porsche. Lost one spot so far, and that was to Salazar down into turn 1 of the opening lap. As the GTE stars work through Sunset. There you see here from Blanche's car, unable to keep with Olderini. The French connection out front, running 1, 2, 3. And then it's a couple Americans before you get back to the first Canadian. And that's Fonseca. Here's the view from Blanche's car, and as you can see, Alderini just getting, well, about half a second a lap. Smaller in the windshield, which is the same distance that Olderini was able to out-qualify Blanche by. Now that gap up to almost 2 seconds. And Cadwallader. Now here's the view from Oliver Hartley's car. Oh, down into the hairpin. He drives it in deep. That was Hartley racing with Donnie Hot Rod, the human lightning rod. Now they work down into Cunningham. How about that? Hot Rod forced him into a mistake. King caught off. And Donnie York picks up a spot. And really odd, we're 2 laps in and York doesn't have a mark on the car so far. There's Fonseca. Paulo Fonseca. Leading Jeff Porras, a couple of BMWs. There's Porras. Works into turn 1. Can't get a run on Fonseca. He's pretty close here though. Is he going to try it down into 2? No. He'll back off and follow him through there. BMW is running 6th and 7th. Under the Florida Fresh sign. The Mobil 1 bridge next. Down into the hairpin. And while Porras is trying to put the heat on Fonseca. Oh, Donnie Hot Rod. I don't know if he hit anything. And Don Hot Rod back onto the racetrack. And it looked like he just ran out of talent going into turn 2. Now he's got a host of cars behind him. Weston Adams, Brian Hoskins, and now Adams takes a peek to the inside, maybe just putting the block on Hoskins. York now finds himself 2.5 seconds behind Oliver Hartley. the Argentinian. There you see Jeremy Morin chasing Ben Blanche. And this is all going on 3.5 seconds behind Francois Alderini. Alderini, best lap in the clubhouse at a 156.89, almost a full second ahead of Blanche. And that's why the lead up over almost to 4 seconds now. And Cadwalder, tell you what, this battle not too far off that race for second. There's Stephen Knight in the Lamborghini. There's Salazar. So this Blanche Morin battle happening about 5 car lengths in front of the Florida Flash, Juan Salazar. And he can close that 5 up at any point. You saw it there. He got right to the bumper of Blanche. And Cadwalder, he's in the same boat, sitting right behind Salazar and trying to put the heat on the 808. There's the view looking back at Cadwalder's car from Salazar as they work now down on Sunset straightaway and into Sunset turn. The best thing I could compare it to track wise, it's kind of like the parabolic at Monza. It's just a long sweeping 108-degree corner. Biggest difference is this corner gets tighter closer you get to the end of the corner. Starts out as an open corner and really tightens up towards the end, whereas the parabolic at Monza is a little tighter at the beginning and then opens up. But a lot the same type of corner. And if you can make ground through there on this bumpy concrete, you make a lot of passes down into turn 1 or down into turn 2, the other hard braking part early on in this course. There's Blanche. Again, running third. Less than 4/10 of a second behind Morin. Salazar playing kitty by the door. And Cadwalder in 5th. The in-car view from that Porsche of Blanche. And this is the battle for second between Morin and Blanche. Working now through Le Mans and about 6 seconds now behind your leader, Alderini. Awful big track here. Lap time's about 2 seconds, so these cars still not even close to lap traffic. They find themselves maybe a third of a track ahead of the GT3 leader, Jose Puig. Another Florida driver who's been part of the series for quite some time now. As you see the in-car shot of Blanche working into Christensen. It's a quick right left. And now the swooping right hand straightaway. Really have to get on the brakes here down into the hairpin. So Blanche not quite close enough to make a move. Tries to stay in more in slipstream, not let him get away. Finding through the gears and into Castle. There you see Salazar. He's got a great view of this battle. He's about a second back now, but definitely not out of touch with this race between Blanche and Morin for second. Now here's Stephen Knight. He's running 6th in class right now. Texan driver in the 79 Lamborghini. Right in front of him, Troy Powell. And now Knight's coming under fire. Here's Kingcott. We had a chance to talk to him earlier. Didn't get a qualifying lap in. And now back up to the GTE battle for 4th, where Salazar is clinging. He has got Cadwalder all over him. Now we got one off, Jeffrey Sykes in the Black Sheep Racing. Sykes was 23rd. Has lost a couple spots, and now there's David Barnes, who was top 3. Check that GTE car, David Barnes out of Ohio. He's back up and rolling now. Has lost a lot of ground. JP Alfonso had a rough go of it here so far this evening. Again, we documented some technical problems earlier on tonight, but he's up and rolling now in that Porsche. The Alfonso working up towards the hairpin. And best big battle on the speedway. Well, this is a good one. Morin and Blanche. But 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th in GT3. All within a couple seconds of each other. Kevin Ayers all the way back to Knight, separated by about 3 seconds. Blanche. Well, he's got a run now down into turn 1 on Morin, but not going to be close enough to make the move. As they swing through turn 1 and down into Christensen. Of course, the corner named Christensen after probably the most successful driver in the Le Mans series or Le Mans type cars here at Sebring. I believe 8 championship wins in the 12-hour Sebring for Tom Christensen. There's Paulo Fonseca. And this is Salazar, Cadwalder, and Fonseca. Running 4.56. This is all going on about 3.5 seconds behind that second place battle. Salazar, series champ back in the spring. Cadwalder, he was dominating last week. Sat on the pole, had a monster lead at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park before colliding with a lap car who had spun out on the exit to turn 10, cost the Pennsylvanian what should have rightfully been a win had he closed that deal out at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. He's sitting 5th here tonight. And you can see he's got Juan Salazar out front and Paulo Fonseca out back. And of those three, all their fast laps are within 0.3 of a second of each other. So some great competition here. LATAM GP action. Sebring International Raceway in Sebring, Florida. Cadwalader, he has been behind Salazar since the break. He outqualified Salazar, was 4th quick, and Salazar started 5th. And we've got reports of some more contact. Jeffrey Sykes and Don York getting into it, back for 23rd spot. And you see JP Alfonso now. He's bypassed all the GT3 cars. How about that? Cadwalader took a peek on Salazar. Unable to get it done. He will tuck back in line. And a tremendous amount of patience being shown by Thomas Cadwalader. There you see Salazar leading through them all and down the Sunset Straightaway. And at some point, Cadwalader's going to run out of patience here with Salazar. We'll see what happens. He's been looking and looking and looking. And this is the 4th, 5th, and 6th place cars here right now. You see the graphic battle for 2nd. Morin also in that mix, but him and Blanche are about 5 seconds out front of this battle. Meanwhile, your leader, Olderini, I believe he is in a different zip code this evening. The lead now up to over 8 seconds. There's Cadwalader. And now he's got a good look on Salazar. Going down into the hairpin. And I think Cadwalader's going to be able to pull it off. But how about Salazar? Battles back, tries the crossover maneuver, touches the grass, gets a little sideways. Cadwalader scoots out front, but now Salazar coming under fire from Fonseca. Fonseca's going to stuff the BMW in the bottom. It's some BMW on BMW action. Salazar will hold off the position for the time being and keep 5th spot. But he's got Paulo Fonseca, the Canadian, in the white BMW all over him. Fonseca now. They work through Le Mans. He is all over Salazar. They work their way down Sunset Straight. And into the Sunset turn, the final corner on the course. He takes a peek to the inside of Salazar. This is going to hurt him on exit. You can see really, oh, big trouble. Fonseca almost gave it all away right there. These guys are going at it, and it is forcing mistakes on each other. Fonseca, the Canadian, as they work their way underneath or by a lap car, had to brake hard to avoid not getting into Salazar there, going into Christensen. Fonseca really pushing, trying to figure out a way by the Florida Flash. And Quick look at the scoreboard. Cadwalder has actually gained a bit on Blanche. We'll see if he can keep it up. Stephen Knight now in 19th. He's chasing down Troy Powell in that turquoise and yellow Ferrari, or turquoise and orange Ferrari. They work in the sunset. The right front almost come right up off the ground on Knight's car. Start finish line now down into one, the left-hander. Powell leads this battle. He's 18th. Knight's 19th. That is 6th and 7th in GT3. Now Fonseca, he's got to run on Salazar down Sunset straightaway. This is again the race for 5th. Salazar's held him off for a while. Don't know whether he's going to pull it off here. Yep, Fonseca is going to make the pass and put him up into P5. And Cadwalder, he was 6.5 seconds behind Blanche in 3rd. That's closed down to under 6 now. There's Salazar still in some traffic now. It's Jeff Portis working him over. You see Salazar between Fonseca and Portis. Looks like Andrew Hewitt's going to be in DNF here this evening. Here's the view from Salazar's Carlos Portis' field. And some heavy traffic. The leaders catching a bunch of them, I believe. Jeffrey Sykes. Oh, there's some contact, a big wreck. Portis, Salazar, and Fonseca all into it. There you see Portis' car without a nose. Salazar gets rolling back in 7th. Portis now up and rolling. Carter now up into 6th. Fonseca's dropped back to 8th. Oh, big problems on that Portis car. I believe he bounced it off the inside wall. So things unraveling here tonight for Jeff Portis. So Salazar in the pits. And getting a report that all started around the lap car of Jeffrey Sykes, who got rear-ended by Fonseca, who was trying to lap him. There's Brett Kingcott in that red Lambo. Hey, how about this run in GT3 from the back of the field? That's Kevin Ayers in front of him, the North Carolinian. Ayers will close the door down into Sunset. And Kingcott is going to keep it pinned. Well, Kingcott's going to take advantage of this and try the undercut on Ayers. Kingcott now down onto pit road. Pit stops have begun. We are 25 minutes in. A little less than 20 to go. There you see JP Alfonso on pit road. There's Ben Blanche. Still chasing Morin. So far, Blanche still unable to do anything with him. Forrest is in the pits as well. Must be some problems on that JP Alfonso car. He is well over 1 minute for service. Sykes spent 2 minutes on pit road as well. Most guys coming in the 12 and a half to 17-second range, which would be fuel only. There's Alfonso rolling off pit road. JP Alfonso in the 7 machine. 23rd overall here this evening. Things have not gone his way from a faulty steering wheel earlier on in the night, technical difficulties, and then a minute 25-second pit stop. So it looks like Sternhagen, he got some damage earlier, as did Custo. Don York still on pit road for an extended period of time. Puig 1743, so he's on his way out. There he is. Your GT3 leader having a good night here. Working back out up the speed and into Christensen. Puig was your leader when he pitted. Liberto and Ayers still have to pit. And we're watching King Cod as well to see if that undercut works on Kevin Ayers. Puig, a solid second place finish last week. And Steve Liberto, 4th place finish last week. He is your leader in GT3 right now. And again, that Audi has not pitted yet. So he works his way down Sunset straightaway. Closing in on the half-hour mark. There's Kevin Ayers in his yellow, green, and white Lambo. Working down Sunset straightaway as well. And Libretto into the pits. We'll see what Ayers does. Does he stay out and lead a lap? No, he's going to dive his Lambo into the pits as well. All eyes on Puig. Puig had a 17.43 second stop. Liberto on pit road. We'll see how it matches up compared to 17.43 for Puig and where it puts him. Now Puig off Sunset corner and down the front stretch into turn 1. He will definitely pass Kevin Ayers. And Liberto, even though he spent less time on pit road, will come out 3.5 seconds behind your leader in GT3 again, Jose Puig. Solid run for that Ferrari here this evening. He sits 11th overall. King Cod, he spent about the same amount of time on pit road as Libretto did. There's Josh Robinson, the Everyday iRacers podcast, number 28. sitting 10th in GTE and chasing down Robert Elliott. Hopefully your viewers enjoying this broadcast here tonight. Tough to tell these Porsches apart. A number of them running the stock iRacing schemes. The view from Robinson's car. Fonseca and Salazar. This is not deja vu. They are still going at it. Fonseca now down into Castle, or into Christensen. Sorry. I believe that was into Castle. And then the next left-hander, Cunningham. And Fonseca, the Canadian, able to pull it off. But here comes Salazar. Back to driver's right. Salazar gave up the spot and then took it right back. A nice move by the Florida Flash. There you see Fonseca trying to regroup. He is definitely as quick as Salazar, and maybe just a little quicker. It's just a question of making the pass and putting it all together. This is the battle for 7th. And on the undercut, Brett Kincott was able to come out a little bit ahead of Kevin Ayers, so it did work for him. JP Alfonso and his Porsche. Through some of the S's. Of course, next week it's the Nürburgring. Always a fan favorite, but this time it's not going to be on the whole course. Road Atlanta also in the mix coming up. And we'll go back to the Red Bull Ring for the second time in as many seasons. Three more recent additions on iRacing. Alfonso, how about this? He's going to make a bid. Sticks it in on the bottom, picks up the spot. That is for position overall, but not in class. JP Alfonso's got to stick handle his way through 6 more cars to get up to Robinson. Now here's the view from Salazar. Still in that heated battle with Fonseca. If it seems like they've been going at it for a majority of the race, that's because they have. And now, Francois Olderini, there's your leader. A brief shot of him. Now there's Porras. Porras is 8.3 seconds behind Cadwallader. He will work his way past one of the GT3 Porsches. There's Fonseca again. Still wheeling it. He is up on the wheel, doing everything he can to find a way by the Florida Flash. 10 minutes left to go in this one, a little less than 10 minutes. This is all going on about 5.5 seconds behind Carter, who's fifth. Cadwallader is in fourth. He was gaining on Morin, but that's kind of since stopped. Blanche is about 4 seconds ahead of Morin, and then in the lead still Olderini, holding an 11-second gap. But all eyes are on the Jumbotrons and this battle right here. Paulo Fonseca and Juan Salazar, they have been dueling like this for the better part of about 25 minutes. Fonseca's got by him once, only to have some contact with a lap car, spin 3 different cars out. And since then, Fonseca was able to get by him once. Salazar pulled the crossover mover and passed him back. But now we're down to the nitty-gritty. 8 minutes left in this one. And Fonseca, he's pretty close, heading up towards the hairpin. But not close enough to make a move on Salazar. Heavy under braking now, and through the hairpin they work. A couple of BMWs in lockstep. Both these drivers on the edge of control. Fonseca tucks out, shows the nose, now gets back in line behind Salazar. Again, taking some different lines, trying to figure out a way to get that white BMW past the black BMW. 7 minutes to go. And this definitely the best battle on the speedway. The race up front all but over, as long as Olderini can survive with 4 more laps. Fonseca, don't know if he got an X or not there, but awful close to dropping a wheel if he didn't. Not a good enough run this time on Salazar. Good run off the corner. He did it again. Got it out in the grass. Salazar still to his right. Into one they work. The left-hander. Will Salazar be able to cross him over? And he's not able to do it. Fonseca can finally make the pass on Salazar. Juan is not giving up, that's for sure. He's still right there, 0.4 of a second behind Fonseca under the World War I bridge and into the hairpin. This battle for... Oh, and Fonseca made a mistake into the hairpin, and it cost him the spot back. And just a simple driver's error getting down into the hairpin. And everything he worked so hard for the last half hour, all given away again. And we're getting reports he just locked it up, getting down into the hairpin. Olderini, your leader, by 12 seconds. Less than 5 minutes to go. He will Move around Jose Puig, your GT3 leader. Heck of a run by Puig. And one thing he's really learned, early on when he first started league racing with us, Jose Puig was very aggressive. And he made a couple major mistakes early on, his first few events with us. And I'll tell you what, since then he has had it on kill. Now he is easy on equipment, usually survives to the end, and it is showing. A second place finish last week. He's staring down a win and being your new points leader in GT3 here this week. Back up to Alderini. Winner last time out. There's Rob Elliott in the Everyday iRacers podcast Porsche number 23. Elliott now working towards the hairpin. His teammate Robinson behind him. And they're going to make the move on one of the slower GT3 cars, I believe. That was Jeffrey Sykes. There's Porras. Now Alfonso. As this one's coming close to wrapping up. JP Alfonso behind the controls of that Porsche. Looking to catch Michel Levesque. Now this would be for 15th overall. Levesque trying to race with Alfonso, though, like bringing a knife to a gunfight, trying to hold off that GTE car with his GT3. And Levesque. So I checked that. That's not even Levesque in front of JP Alfonso now. There's Levesque. He is 8 seconds in front of Alfonso and 9 seconds back of Kevin Ayers, but still looks like he's going to knock down a top 5 run here this evening. And we are at 1:45 seconds left to go. Kevin Ayers in his Lambo having a solid run here this evening, sitting 4th. 4.5 seconds, well, 4.3 seconds now behind King Cott, who pulled that undercut on Ayers. There's Levesque view, the view from his car. Looks like Alfonso has got by him. And now Levesque going a lap down to one of the GTE cars. Fonseca, he has almost caught almost caught Salazar again. Your leader, Alderini. Oh, we got one off the track. It looked like Don York. And Salazar, he was involved as well. Now Salazar gets that car whipped around. And that all started when the lap car of Don York got sideways coming on the Sunset straightaway. And Salazar drilled him. It's going to cost Salazar a spot back to 8th. And should be white flag this time by Alderini with a healthy lead. Still 13.5 seconds ahead of second place. There you see Alderini. Final trip down Sunset straightaway for the French driver. Him and his Porsche have been bang on all night long. He won practice, he won qualifying, and now he is going to be your feature winner for the second time in a row, the second week in a row. Francois Olderini comes home with a big W. Oh, and there's Benjamin Blanche, the second place car. Just binned it on Sunset Corner. And we'll see if Moran can get him. At the line, Moran gets him by 0.038 seconds. Cadwallader will come home third. And wow, some excitement here late in this one. And first off, as the some of the cars are just finishing, here's Fonseca coming across in seventh. We'll bring on our winner, Francois Olderini.
Yes.
Congratulations, my friend. Good race tonight.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
And you were so fast. You won by like 13 seconds. Tell us how you did it tonight.
The perfect night, huh? The pole lap, then the best lap in race and the win. So I
Good
think
stuff.
it's a very good night for me. And yes, very good read in my race.
Well, you should be our point leader heading into week number 3. Are you looking forward to racing the Nürburgring?
Yep, absolutely. For the third race.
And do you like that course? It's nice and wide, lots of room.
Yes, that was a good track. And we see the rhythm and the lap for the next week. But I think we can do another win, maybe. I try to do my best.
Well, congratulations on tonight's win,
Thank you, guys.
Francois. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. That's your feature winner, Francois Olderini. A big win here this evening. And not sure who do we have here tonight.
Steve Libretto.
Hey, Steve, how are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, good race for you tonight. That Jose Puig in the Ferrari just seemed like a little bit quicker.
Just enough quicker, yeah. I saw some of his times in practice, and I knew that it was going to be close between us. In the practice session today, I pipped him by just a little bit, but he got me in qualifying and the race. He ran very consistently. Like, congrats to him. Really nice job.
Hey, we got both you and him a couple good finishes to open up the season. You guys are both in championship contention heading into Nürburgring next weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be around for the next race. I'll be out of town doing some IRL racing.
There you go. What do you do that in real life then?
I race shifter carts, yeah, so I'll be out doing a shifter cart race next weekend.
Right on. Well, good luck with that. We're gonna miss you definitely watching your race, but hopefully we'll see you back in a few weeks. And congratulations on a solid second class place finish tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
Steve Liberto hopping in, your second place finisher in GT3. And real quick, we'll welcome in the Florida Flash for a quick second. Man, you and Fonseca went at it for like 25 minutes.
That was fun. That was fun with Fonseca. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had a great race. I guess lap cars were the enemy tonight. I know it was, I believe it was after Fonseca passed you that he hit the lap car that backed all you guys up. And then obviously you hit the spinner right there at the end.
Yeah, I got the worst end of that one. And then ran into Donnie. Yeah, that was it, man. This is one I like to forget.
So, some tough competition, but still another solid top 10 finish here. And you got some work to do, but you're not out of it yet.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Let's see what happens in the next race. I love the Rebel Ring. I won there before. Let's see how the Beamer reacts to that track. It's been kind of tough in that car season. Plus, these guys are pretty fast too.
Excellent. Juan Salazar, your came home 8th place here tonight. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast, Juan. And that about does it from here. That'll wrap things up from sunny Florida. We'll be heading across the pond to Germany for week number 3. That'll be at the Nürburgring Grand Prix track. We'll be doing that next Thursday night. Thanks for joining us on the LATM GP Network for another tremendous broadcast here of LATM GP action from sunny Florida. Your winners, Francois Alderini in GTE. Your winner in GT3, Jose Puig. For Alderini, his second victory in a row of the season for Puig after a second place finish last week. He should leave Florida and head across the Atlantic as the point leader. I'm Jamie Maudsley saying thanks for joining us. Have a great night.